Let your voices be heard. No justice.
No peace.
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 Then let your voices be heard.
I've been involved since I was a little kid in trying to move our nation forward in whatever way that I could. About 6 years ago, my children had an incident where the police stopped them for riding their bicycles. They were followed and reported as suspicious in this community. And so I wrote a letter, and there was a lot of response, which was surprising. And one of the biggest responses was white people saying, "We can't believe that this happened. We can't believe that this is going on in our community." And I recognized that there was a huge gulf between reality and what was known. That white people oftentimes have the luxury of not seeing how life is experienced by a person of color. They have luxury oftentimes of staying in a little bubble. And so I thought, based upon this experience, the reaction that I got, the fact that I've been a rebel forever, that I would use my voice to help close in that gulf and raise awareness. White people have had a tremendous luxury that people who look like me haven't had. You exist in a country where being white is what's normed, it's what's respected. When the country was formed, indigenous people were killed, Africans were brought here to work to create wealth and power for white America. In the media, we see black people being portrayed as pimps, thieves, criminals, women as being loose or domestic, less than human, not equal. We see people like me running away from the police and being killed because they are a part of this narrative that's been built over these years saying you're less than, you don't matter.
Yeah, for me, I just can't really talk about it because I'm now more about understanding for myself, and I'm like, wow, I really want to understand racism different because I think my understanding was really off base.
What steps would I recommend to those who want to join this battle? One thing is own up to the fact that America is a nation based upon white supremacy in every single way. Learn about how institutional racism impacts every aspect of our society. Racism is like those dust particles that we only see when the light is shining on them. When you shine the light, you recognize that they've been there and they're everywhere. Educate yourself about the history of this nation. Be willing to be quiet, and when you want to say something, don't say it, and listen to what people of color are saying if they're willing to share it with you, because our experiences may not be yours, but they're real to us. Folks need to open up their eyes and ask themselves why they didn't see what was obvious. To do some internal work. Am I so comfortable and am I so safe that I don't want to see? Am I so afraid of the truth that I don't want to see? Has society been created so that I don't have to see, so that my safety and my wealth and my security can be maintained?
It's easy to let our guilt or our anxieties or this privilege that we have paralyze us and keep us from speaking because we're afraid to say the right thing, or we're afraid to say we're afraid to say the wrong thing, not the right thing.
I don't think it's more important now. I think it's happening now, and that it's happening, I'm going to continue to do the work that I've been doing and hope that it continues and hope that it's a part of a real substantive change. You know, I was thinking about the civil rights movement in the 60s and what events precipitated the change, the legislative change that took place in 65 with the Civil Rights Act and the War on Poverty. And ironically, it was damage to black bodies, children being bombed in churches, children being arrested, dogs attacking people, fire hoses that woke up the white population in the 60s on the news when they saw that, and they said something's got to change. Now here we are 50 plus years later, and we see a man being murdered. And I wonder, do black bodies have to be the catalyst for change? Isn't it time for something different? Can this be something different?
Killing us! Stop 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 killing us!
Then let your voices be heard. Then let your voices be heard. Then let your voices be heard.